Chosen one. God has announced major days for you. Listen, it's happening. This moment in your life is no ordinary one. The air around you has shifted. The winds have changed direction. And whether you've noticed it yet or not, your atmosphere is already announcing something enormous. This isn't the time to blend in, shrink back, or question your worth. This is the time to stand tall and become aware that heaven itself has set the calendar. Yes, major days have been announced over your life. Before we move deeper into this word, let me speak to your spirit directly. Watch this video till the end, because in every moment you listen, you're activating a higher timeline. You're magnetizing your miracles. You're aligning your faith with divine frequency. And don't forget to type your warmest wishes and 99 in the comments below. This is a sacred agreement of manifestation. It's a chapter where your wishes are supercharged with divine energy. This is your time to speak, believe, and receive. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and listen carefully, because something sacred is being whispered into your life. These major days are not just about celebration. They're about preparation, positioning, and purpose. The path you're on right now may have felt uncertain, full of detours and disappointments. But that's because you were being spiritually prepped for what's about to arrive. The things that seemed delayed were actually divine. The things that seemed denied were God's redirections. You were never behind schedule. You were being aligned for a supernatural timeline. What's about to unfold for you is not coincidental, and it certainly won't be explainable in ordinary terms. Because what's heading your way, chosen one, was divinely spoken long before you even realized you were chosen. God has circled specific dates on the eternal calendar. These are not just any days. These are the days when things you've prayed for, waited on, cried about, fasted for, and believed in will start unfolding in rapid, undeniable ways. These are the days where the divine plan accelerates. And in these exact moments, your entire story begins to rewrite itself with joy, victory, and clarity. In the coming days, things will begin to fall into place faster than your logic can comprehend. Doors that have been shut tight will suddenly open, and it will feel like a series of divine coincidences. But make no mistake, this is not chance, it's destiny. People will start showing up in your life with answers, offers, and opportunities that seem too good to be true. But they are not. They are sent. You will sense something in your spirit before you see it with your eyes. That inner knowing you've been feeling is your confirmation. You are not imagining it. Your discernment is sharp, because heaven is in full communication with your soul right now. The divine system has been activated in your favor, and no earthly resistance can stop the command that's already gone forth. What's more, your past has been fully cleared. The battles you endured, the heartbreaks you carried, the rejections you suffered, none of it was wasted. In fact, those very events were prerequisites for the glory that's now rushing into your space. You were tested not to break, but to be built. You were hidden not to be forgotten, but to be protected. And now, the days that God announced over your destiny have arrived. They're coming in clusters of favor, waves of abundance, and streaks of success that you could never orchestrate on your own. Every area of your life is about to be touched. From finances to relationships, from identity to influence. This isn't just one blessing coming your way, it's a divine overflow. This is not about small upgrades. This is total, radical transformation. Some of you will receive unexpected phone calls, surprise approvals, large financial blessings, and divine connections, all tied to the timing that was written with your name on it. There is a spiritual sound being released over you right now. It's calling things into motion that were dormant for years. Long-standing prayers are being answered without warning. Hidden inheritances are being unlocked. Delayed promises are being released. This is the divine domino effect, and it all begins now. But hear this, these major days require your readiness. You must remain open and expectant. Don't allow the weight of the past to make you suspicious of the future. Don't let fatigue from the battles blind you to the breakthrough that's knocking. God's announcement didn't come to tease you. It came to release you. And when God speaks a day into existence, no darkness can cancel it. You've stepped into a prophetic window of fulfillment. It's not just a spiritual feeling. It's a divine event. This is a period where timelines collapse in your favor. What would normally take years to build will now come in days or even moments. This is divine acceleration. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting from purpose. All that you've survived, all that you've overcome, it was the preparation for the launch. The countdown is over. Now comes the liftoff. These major days are also separating you from the version of yourself that was still tied to fear, doubt, and survival mode. That version of you is dissolving. In its place rises the version of you that is bold, rooted, clear, and unstoppable. You're not the same person you were last year, last month, or even last week. These spiritual announcements are rewiring your identity from within. Heaven is rebranding you with power. You will begin to attract favor in rooms you haven't even entered yet. People will speak your name in opportunities you didn't apply for. You'll receive rewards you didn't even realize were being stored up for you. Because God doesn't just bless, God multiplies. And right now, multiplication is your portion. Let it be known, nothing is happening randomly anymore. Every interaction, every thought, every decision is divinely designed to steer you into what's yours. And if it feels like the old is falling away, let it. If it feels like people are walking out, bless them. Because you are walking into the realm of the appointed. These aren't just good days coming. They are ordained days, scheduled by God, laced with breakthrough. There is a frequency of favor around you now, and it's magnetic. Watch as people begin to treat you differently. Watch as things that were hard suddenly become easy. Watch as you receive messages, confirmations, dreams, and insights that make everything make sense. You're being divinely educated in real time by the source of all things. And the curriculum? Your own purpose. Get ready, chosen one. These major days are not coming to find the old you. They are here for the renewed you, the elevated you, the unstoppable you. Let your spirit rise because heaven is not asking for permission. It is delivering what it already promised. You may not have realized it yet, but something irreversible has shifted in your life. This is not a temporary feeling. It is not a spiritual high that fades with the morning. This is a full activation of destiny. And what's remarkable is that it didn't begin with fireworks or loud signs. It began in the silence, in the stillness. When your spirit started to resonate with a new truth, something big is coming, and it has your name on it. The major days God has announced are unlike anything you've experienced before. These are days of harvest, not just the kind that rewards hard work, but the kind that multiplies it beyond what you've sown. It's the kind of abundance that doesn't make logical sense, the type that can't be explained, only received. You're stepping into the miraculous rhythm of divine timing, where blessings seem to arrive ahead of schedule and without struggle. Understand this clearly. The enemy can delay, distract, or attempt to discourage, but he cannot override what heaven has locked in. What has been written in the spiritual realm is now bleeding into the physical. The invisible becomes visible. The impossible becomes your reality. And when God makes an announcement, creation responds. Heaven speaks, and the earth must follow. Don't be surprised if, over the next few days, your world starts moving in unusual ways. You might feel emotional without knowing why. You may feel an urge to withdraw, to be still, to reflect. That's not depression. It's divine preparation. God is adjusting your sensitivity so you can hear the frequency of your calling. You're not missing out. You're tuning in. Because what's coming next isn't going to be noisy. It will be specific. And only those with sharpened spiritual hearing will catch it. These major days are not coming to fix your life. They are coming to launch it. Your destiny doesn't need repair, it needs release. And that's what's happening now. Everything that was locked behind confusion, insecurity, fear, or delay is now being freed. You will no longer chase purpose. Purpose will chase you. Opportunities will now find you. And when they do, you won't be overwhelmed. You will be ready. Do not underestimate the shift taking place just because it doesn't come with loud announcements or public applause. God often begins the biggest blessings in the quietest seasons. But what's done in silence will echo in glory. People may not have seen your journey, but they will witness your results. And when they do, they will wonder, how did this happen so suddenly? But you will know, it wasn't sudden. It was sacred. Your preparation season made you look behind. Your activation season is forcing you to look forward. And now, you're standing in the doorway of a timeline that will make you forget the weight of what you carried. You are crossing over from what was to what's next. And no one can follow you unless they've been appointed to your elevation. Be very mindful. These major days are also days of distinction. God is separating you from environments, patterns, and people that no longer match the frequency of your future. And while it may feel lonely for a moment, it's actually clarity. What felt like loss is now being revealed as refinement. You weren't being abandoned, you were being aligned. There is no going back to how things used to be. You're not returning to normal. That season is over. You're stepping into divine newness. The rules have changed, the timing has changed, the energy around you has changed, and most importantly, you have changed. You've evolved, you've endured, and now you're about to be elevated. This elevation won't need validation. It will carry its own weight. You won't need to prove anything to anyone. Your life will speak. Your blessings will testify. Your peace will be the evidence that you are walking in something divine. Because what's ahead of you is not something you can manufacture. It's something you were meant for. When God announces major days, He is also declaring a season of supernatural backup. This means you won't have to do it alone anymore. Divine support is arriving, visible and invisible. Angels are already assigned. Helpers are already on the way. Resources are already set in motion. The days ahead will be marked by divine coincidences, except they won't be coincidences. They'll be orchestrations. You'll meet people you didn't expect. You'll be called into rooms you never asked to enter. You'll be offered roles, responsibilities, and rewards that don't match your resume, but they will match your favor. Because favor isn't about qualification. It's about divine election. And you, chosen one, have been elected for glory. The world you once tried to fit into will no longer be comfortable. You'll outgrow conversations, environments, expectations, even identities. That's the price of elevation. And you're ready to pay it. Because the version of you that was once satisfied with survival is no longer in control. The version of you that's now rising is here for impact. Watch closely. Pay attention to the signs. Because these major days are not random. You'll begin to see confirmations in numbers, messages, dreams, and unexpected encounters. Pay attention. The universe is not just responding to you. It is cooperating with you. Heaven has sent the signal, and now your world is shifting to meet it. These next days are prophetic in nature. That means they are heavy with meaning. Everything will matter. Every step, every whisper, every door. And because of that, you must walk with reverence. You must trust what you cannot see yet. You must know that you are not moving alone. You are being carried by something divine. Chosen one, breathe. Relax your shoulders. Release the need to figure everything out. The days ahead were not designed for your control. They were created for your obedience. Just flow. Stay open, stay aligned, and above all, stay expectant. your life is about to look like the very things you've only seen in visions. And this time, it won't fade. It will remain. You're not walking into ordinary days. You're stepping into days that were whispered by the Creator before time began. These are not just moments on a calendar. They are destiny-laced intersections of time and divinity. Heaven has officially declared that your season of almost and not yet is over. The uncertainty you once carried like a second skin is falling away now. Clarity is being handed to you, not all at once, but in powerful, divine waves. And here's the truth. Some people around you won't recognize what's happening within you. That's okay. They weren't given the announcement. It wasn't sent to their spirit. It was spoken directly to yours. This message is encoded for you. That's why you feel an urgency, a stirring, a knowing you can't fully explain. It's because you heard it. You felt it. You've been awakened by the announcement. Don't look for external validation for an internal transformation. Not everyone is supposed to understand where you're headed. Some people only had access to the version of you that was waiting. But now you are walking. Now you are moving in divine motion. And the people who can walk with you in this next season will recognize the glow, not just the grind. You're becoming someone new. Not because you forced it, but because the divine schedule has accelerated. Your name has been mentioned in rooms you haven't even entered yet. Your favor has preceded you like a spotlight in the spirit realm, illuminating paths, shifting timelines, and ushering in divine yeses where there were once human no's. Watch what happens when you align. The energy around you changes. Things start working with you, not against you. Dead ends turn into open highways. What used to be a ceiling becomes your new floor. And it's not because the world changed, it's because you changed. Your frequency has elevated to match what heaven already confirmed. You will begin to realize that everything you went through, the isolation, the delay, the rejection, the spiritual warfare, it all led to this. This moment, these major days, these divine alignments that seemed so far away are now standing in front of you, ready to deliver. What once felt like hope is now becoming reality. What once required faith will now be seen with your own eyes. Let's talk about the shift in your identity, because that's what happens when God announces major days. Your old identity, crafted through pain, fear, and survival, no longer holds authority. You are being reintroduced to yourself through the lens of glory. The world may know your name, but God knows your purpose. And these days ahead will be the unveiling of that purpose in real time. You are not just waking up into a new season. You are waking up into a new you. A version of you that is bold, confident, and unshakably rooted in divine timing. A version of you that no longer begs for doors to open but speaks, and the doors obey. This is the power of alignment. This is what happens when the days that God spoke finally manifest. And here's something sacred you need to understand. These major days are not just about what you receive. They are about who you become. Yes, blessings are arriving. Yes, overflow is coming. But even greater than that is the authority being placed inside of you. You are no longer hoping for change. You are becoming the change, and that is something nobody can take from you. Don't be alarmed if your desires start shifting. What once excited you may now feel empty. That's not confusion, it's elevation. Your soul is rejecting anything that doesn't match your new assignment. You're being recalibrated for impact. And that impact won't just bless your life, it will bless others. You are being positioned to pour, to lead, to shine in a way that glorifies the divine. God's major days are also days of movement. Stagnation is breaking, cycles are ending, delays are dissolving. And this time you won't have to push so hard. The doors will open before you knock. The favor will meet you before you ask. The answers will appear before you question. That's what divine timing looks like. That's what walking in flow feels like. Let go of the urge to explain yourself to everyone. Not everyone deserves front row seats to your evolution. This is a sacred moment, and not all eyes can handle what's unfolding in your life. Protect your energy. guard your vision. Your announcement from God didn't come to entertain the masses. It came to elevate your mission. You will begin to feel something shift in your physical body too. More energy, more peace, more insight. Because when heaven activates your timeline, your entire being responds. Your body aligns. Your mind clears. Your intuition sharpens. You no longer guess. You know. You no longer wonder. You walk. Your next steps are ordained. You don't have to chase them. You only need to trust them. And when you do, you'll notice that time itself bends to serve your destiny. Days will feel shorter because they're packed with miracles. Doors will fly open faster than you can prepare. Opportunities will align with such perfection it will feel surreal. But it's not a dream. It's delivery. This is what happens when the heavens announce your name. This is what unfolds when timelines collide in your favor. This is what it looks like when destiny becomes visible. And you, chosen one, are in the middle of the unfolding, not watching it happen to others, not hearing stories about it, living it, walking in it, breathing it. You'll no longer have to explain why you believe in something bigger. Your life will be the evidence. Your elevation will be your explanation. And your results will be louder than any words. The major days have been announced. The countdown is over. The shift is here. And you, beloved, are exactly where you're supposed to be. Chosen one. Lean in even closer now. What's unfolding in your life is not just about divine favor. It's about divine fulfillment. There are promises that were once just whispers in your soul that are now maturing into reality. This isn't simply the result of patience. It's the result of alignment. You didn't just wait for this. You prepared for it. You fought battles nobody saw. You stood in faith when everything around you said quit. You held on when it would have been easier to let go. And now, the reward is not just coming. It's arriving. The major days that God announced are not in the distance anymore. They're touching your calendar. They're influencing your decisions. They are breathing into your current reality with divine precision. Nothing that's happening now is by chance. Every event is orchestrated. Every shift is sacred. Every moment is heavy with meaning. You'll begin to notice the patterns. How things that once felt disconnected now make sense. How your tears were watering seeds you didn't know you had planted. How every loss created space for something greater. This is the power of divine orchestration. It connects dots that your logic never could. It weaves a masterpiece out of pieces you once called broken. The environment around you is going to shift to make room for your rise. Don't be surprised if you feel the urge to declutter. Not just your space, but your spirit. Old habits will feel uncomfortable. Old conversations will feel draining. Old cycles will feel foreign. That's not moodiness, it's elevation. Your soul is craving alignment with your assignment. And everything that no longer serves your divine timeline will begin to fall away naturally. There is a spiritual clarity awakening within you. Ideas are coming faster. Energy is rising deeper. Dreams are returning stronger. And even the way you speak is shifting. You're no longer echoing the language of survival. You're speaking with the authority of someone who's been summoned. That's what this is. A divine summons to rise, to lead, to claim what's yours unapologetically. Expect unusual encounters. You'll meet strangers who speak confirmation into your spirit. You'll receive messages that feel like they were written just for you. You'll wake up from dreams with instructions. And none of it will be random. That's the language of heaven. That's how God confirms what's already been spoken in the secret place. The major days are also revealing days. Things that were hidden are coming to light. Not to expose you, but to free you. You can't walk into a new season while carrying old lies. That's why truth is rising to the surface now. You're seeing people more clearly. You're recognizing patterns more sharply. You're confronting what you once avoided. Because clarity is a blessing, even when it stings. And here's the truth. Some of what you'll release, you once prayed for. Some of what you'll walk away from, you once celebrated. But that's the nature of elevation. You're not just moving forward, you're growing upward. And not everything can go where you're being sent. Letting go is not always loss. Sometimes it's sacred clearance. There's a divine seriousness in the air around you. These days require intention. You can no longer afford to live casually. The time for wandering is over. You are being asked to build, to focus, to align. The distractions you once tolerated will now feel unbearable. Because your spirit knows you're on holy ground now, and anything that pollutes that ground will feel heavy. Take heart. You're not being punished, you're being purified. You're not being delayed, you're being developed. And even when you feel alone, you're being deeply accompanied by something greater than words. Heaven has already announced what's coming. The announcement wasn't for hype, it was for activation. You are in the corridor of miracles. Some of them are small enough to miss. Some of them are big enough to overwhelm you. But all of them are yours. And they are arriving in the form of answered prayers, unexpected favor, divine protection, financial increase, and supernatural peace. This isn't just about money or fame. It's about meaning. You are stepping into a purpose that will echo across generations. You are not the only one being blessed. Your name is being tied to legacies. You are being positioned to break chains in your family line, to open doors for those who come after you, to rewrite the story of what's possible for people who look like you, come from where you come from, or carry wounds like yours. This is bigger than your comfort. It's about calling. It's not just about fulfillment. It's about legacy. You're not just winning for yourself. You're establishing a blueprint. Others will follow your footsteps. They'll point to your life as proof that God announces and delivers. Don't resist the pace. Some days may feel slow. Some may feel like everything's happening too fast. But either way, trust it. Your soul has never been here before, but your spirit has. That's why you're feeling déjà vu. That's why some moments feel strangely familiar. It's because your spirit recognizes the timeline that's unfolding. You're not walking blindly. You're remembering. And remember this: divine days don't come with warning. They come with wonder. Be open. Be flexible. Be expectant. Because while you're looking for one miracle, God is preparing to send 5. While you're praying for breakthrough in one area, heaven is preparing a full-scale transformation. This is the momentum you've been sensing. The inner knowing that kept you going. The quiet voice that said, "Don't give up. Something is coming." That wasn't a wish. That was a whisper from the future. And now, the future is meeting you in the present. The wait is over. Chosen one, this is a divine moment of intersection, where your preparation meets God's proclamation. And when heaven declares a major day in your life, there's no human system that can override it, no opposition that can outmaneuver it, no delay that can block it. The date has been set in the unseen realm, and now all creation is conspiring to bring it into full view. You've stepped into a prophetic cycle. These days are not just symbolic, they're strategic. You are being pulled into experiences, conversations, connections, and revelations that will shape the rest of your destiny. You won't just feel the change, you'll be the change. People will begin to notice that something is different about you. You won't need to say a word. Your presence will carry confirmation. This is the season where spiritual acceleration becomes visible. Time will seem to collapse in your favor. Projects that once took months will take days. Answers that once felt far away will appear in moments. You are now in divine flow. Not hustle, not striving, but flow. Everything that is meant for you is now being magnetized toward you. Pay close attention to the signs. When God announces major days, confirmation follows. You will hear phrases repeated to you from different sources. You will receive unexpected messages that light up your heart. You will see divine numbers, recurring visions, and intense spiritual dreams. These aren't coincidences. They are coded messages from the spirit realm telling you, stay ready. It's happening now. And here's something important. These days require your participation. This isn't the season to second-guess yourself. This is not the time to be timid or hide behind what hurt you. This is your time to stand up, speak out, and act boldly in faith. Because movement is being rewarded. Courage is being multiplied. Boldness is the language of this season. You will no longer be defined by where you've been. Your story is being rewritten by the author himself. What once felt like a slow, uncertain plot is now accelerating into a climax of glory. People who thought they knew you will be stunned by what happens next, and those who judged your silence will now watch your rise. The same mouths that once gossiped will now whisper your name in reverence. There is favor resting on your name now. It's not ordinary favor. It's accelerated, targeted, and irresistible. People will be drawn to you for reasons they can't explain. Opportunities will find you that don't match your past, but they match your calling. The world may ask, why you? But heaven will respond, because it's time. And for the first time in a long time, you won't feel like you're chasing destiny. You'll realize destiny has been chasing you. Every missed opportunity was a setup. Every heartbreak was a reroute. Every detour was protection. And now, all things are converging into the perfect time for your release. This is not a restart. This is a reveal. As you step further into these major days, you'll notice something powerful. Your desires are maturing. You're not chasing applause. You're not trying to prove anything. You're focused on alignment, fulfillment, and truth. This is spiritual maturity. You're no longer asking, what can I get? But rather, who can I become? And that question unlocks doors that others miss. These divine days will expose what was false and elevate what is real. Illusions will fall away. False friendships will fade. False identities will crumble. And what will remain is you. The you that God always saw, always prepared, always anointed. These days are about returning to that original blueprint. Not what the world shaped, but what heaven spoke. You are being activated as a carrier of divine frequency. Your energy will shift rooms. Your voice will carry weight. Your ideas will unlock strategies. And your presence will release peace. Because these days are not just about what happens to you. They're about what happens through you. You are a portal for divine movement on earth. You are not here by accident. Chosen one, this season is your payback. Divine compensation. This is not just a moment in your life. This is a divine turning point. For too long, you have carried the weight of injustice, betrayal, loss, and being overlooked. But the spiritual scales are tipping. What was taken from you, peace, position, prosperity, is returning, multiplied, sanctified, magnified. This is not just recovery. It's divine compensation. This is the season where heaven returns interest on everything the enemy thought he could steal. You are not forgotten. You are not ignored. You are not overlooked. You are being positioned for a mighty release. So watch this video till the very end, chosen one, and let it align your spirit with what's already been decided in the supernatural. The energy of restoration is alive now. Type your warmest wishes in the comments below and write 99 to activate your personal chapter of divine return. Wishes are not just words, they are frequencies, vibrations, and divine signals to the universe that you are ready. The moment you declare, the heavens respond. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's talk about what's happening in the spirit. You've endured silent seasons where your prayers echoed in empty spaces. You've walked through doors that slammed shut. You've watched others be celebrated for what you pioneered. You've been misunderstood, misjudged, and mishandled. But all the while, something was accumulating on your behalf. You thought it was a delay, but it was an investment. Every tear you shed was a seed. Every betrayal was a spiritual receipt. Every closed door was a cosmic record. You were being credited in the heavens while being discredited on earth. This is what makes divine compensation different. It is not just repayment, it is repayment with favor, with elevation, and with supernatural timing. You will receive not just what you lost, but what you should have gained, had the path been clear. This season is not about survival. It's about reversal. This is where you rise without striving, where opportunities find you without you chasing, where people are assigned to honor you without you needing to prove anything. You've passed the test, and heaven saw it. You were loyal when it was costly. You were kind when it would have been easier to retaliate. You stayed in alignment when you could have taken shortcuts. And now, that integrity is being rewarded. This is compensation in forms that make sense to your spirit. You'll see it in finances, yes, but you'll also see it in peace. You'll see it in relationships that nourish you. You'll experience it in clarity of purpose. You'll wake up not just to a better reality, but to a sense of divine justice. Like the scales have finally balanced, and what was unfair is now being rewritten by a higher hand. You are entering the season where favor finds you strange. Blessings will arrive that you didn't work for in the natural, but you earned them in the spiritual. You sowed in silence. You gave when you had little. You believed even when your surroundings didn't match your vision. That kind of faith is powerful. That kind of obedience is noticed. Divine compensation is strategic. It comes exactly when the story would have made people believe you were defeated. It appears at the chapter when your name was nearly forgotten. That's what makes it divine. It's not just payback. It's poetic. It's redemptive. It's the kind of turnaround that causes people to whisper, "Only God could have done that." Some people thought they buried you, but they didn't know you were a seed. You're not coming back the same way you went in. You're coming back stronger, wiser, bolder, and fully backed by divine force. There are people who will regret how they treated you. Not because you want revenge, but because God will use your elevation as evidence. Chosen one, you've reached the moment where the past has no more permission to steal from your future. You've crossed the line where heaven begins to show you what all the pain was preparing you for. You'll begin to recognize blessings that feel tailored to your heart. It won't just be about status or wealth, it will be about alignment. It will feel like home. It will feel like justice. You are the one they tried to silence, but heaven has chosen to amplify you. The same areas where you were mocked are the exact arenas where you will now shine. Divine compensation doesn't just make things right, it makes things known. You will be known for what you carry. You will be seen for what you overcame. You will be trusted with more because you've proven you can be faithful with little. This is the divine response to every tear you cried alone. This is the payback that doesn't need permission. This is the restoration that comes with overflow. You've outgrown the cycles of struggle. You've broken patterns that your bloodline couldn't break before you. Now, the reward begins. And here's the truth. There are blessings being prepared with your name on them that no one else can intercept. No enemy can block what has been written by divine authority. No delay can cancel what's been approved by the source. You will no longer live in survival mode. You are shifting into surplus mode, not because you chased it, but because it was assigned to chase you. This is divine timing at its finest. Everything is coming back full circle. The people who doubted you will watch the very version of you they tried to destroy rise in radiance. Your purpose will speak louder than their opinions. Your success will echo louder than their slander. You were not meant to stay in the shadows. You were meant to shine in appointed light. Chosen one, let this settle in your spirit. The losses you endured were not wasted. The time you spent in waiting was not empty. The moments you thought were setbacks were actually sacred setups for divine release. You may not have known it then, but every spiritual law was aligning itself in your favor. You were being measured, weighed, and refined, not to punish you, but to prepare you for the fullness of what is now arriving. This season is about fulfillment. Not just partial wins or random breakthroughs, but full-circle rewards. This is the moment when the pressure you endured will start making sense. The prayers you whispered in frustration are being answered in public favor. You're walking into rooms now where the energy shifts because you carry something eternal, something tested by fire but not consumed. Your presence is not ordinary. It's marked, it's holy, it's chosen. There were times when you tried to explain yourself to people who couldn't see beyond your current circumstance. But now, divine compensation is going to speak louder than explanations ever could. You won't have to prove who you are. Your fruit will do that for you. The harvest coming into your life will be undeniable, and it will expose every lie that tried to dim your light. And understand this: divine compensation doesn't just pay you back, it pays you forward. You will begin to experience opportunities that were never on your radar. You'll be offered things you didn't apply for because God is orchestrating behind the scenes. Meetings are being set up in rooms where your name is already being spoken with honor. People are being assigned to bless you without knowing your full story, because your spirit carries a divine instruction they can't ignore. This isn't random luck. It's targeted grace. The restoration coming your way will often look like a surprise. But it's not surprising to heaven. It's strategic. It's God showing you that He saw the unfair moments. He saw when you gave your best and received betrayal. He saw when you celebrated others while no one clapped for you. He saw when you worked in silence while others stole the credit. Now He's stepping in as the righteous judge, the divine accountant, and He's balancing the scales. There are things coming that you didn't even know were missing. Some blessings will arrive, and you'll realize, this is what my soul has been crying out for. This is the kind of peace you've been longing for. This is the kind of connection, clarity, comfort, and joy that doesn't just visit for a moment. It stays. It rests on you. It belongs to you. Because here's the truth. Divine compensation is about restoring more than just things. It's about restoring identity. When you were betrayed, the enemy wanted you to believe you were disposable. When you were rejected, the enemy whispered that you were unworthy. But compensation from the heavens says otherwise. It says you are royal, you are seen, you are significant. And now you will be treated accordingly. God is not just bringing compensation. He's correcting the narrative. He's rewriting the script. He's giving you new language to describe yourself. You're not a survivor. You are a builder of divine legacy. You're not broken. You're being rebuilt with divine strength. You're not forgotten. You are favored by the eternal realm. And no human denial can override heavenly approval. This is your season of poetic justice. What you didn't get in the last season will show up in double this time. The love that left you in pain will be replaced with love that lifts and heals. The doors that closed will be replaced with gates that swing open without effort. You're not going back to what was. You're stepping into what was always yours. Chosen one, this season will change your rhythm. You won't feel rushed. You won't feel like you're running behind. You'll start to experience divine flow. Answers will come with ease. Provision will meet you before the need even arises. Conversations will open doors you didn't even knock on. What you used to chase will now chase you. That's the frequency of compensation. It's attraction, not striving. Alignment, not exhaustion. You are about to experience moments that feel like time is bending for you. The years you lost will feel like they never left. Why? Because divine compensation restores the spirit of time. It redeems the hours spent worrying, the days spent discouraged, the seasons spent doubting, and it gives you acceleration in return. Suddenly, things that should have taken 5 years will happen in 5 weeks. Not because of human intervention, but because the spiritual climate has shifted. This compensation is coming with a force so undeniable that people who once overlooked you will come back with new eyes. They'll try to reconnect. Some will apologize, some won't. But they will watch. And as they watch, they'll see the glow on your life, the elevation that cannot be stopped. They'll witness the spotlight God has placed over your destiny, and they will know it came from something greater than effort or ambition. It came from divine hand. Chosen one, the silence you endured is over. The shadows that tried to cover your light are being removed. You're no longer being hidden. You're being highlighted. The path in front of you is no longer a mystery. It's a highway paved with answered prayers, activated promises, and divine appointments. And you'll walk it boldly. Chosen one, what's coming to you is so vast, it will overflow into the lives of others. You've cried private tears, but your restoration will be a public testimony. You didn't just endure the pain for yourself, you endured it for the healing of your bloodline. That's why this payback season is so powerful. It's not just personal, it's generational. You are the one that breaks the cycles. You're the one that rewrites the narrative. You're the one chosen to stand in the middle of two worlds, the broken one you inherited and the blessed one you're building. You're the bridge. The fire you walked through wasn't meant to consume you. It was meant to refine you into a vessel strong enough to carry generational glory. And now that vessel is full and about to overflow. Divine compensation means your children and your children's children won't fight the same wars you did. They won't have to prove their worth the way you had to. They'll walk through doors you kicked open with your prayers. They'll be raised in peace because you survived the storm. They'll inherit spiritual wealth because you refused to quit. You were the sacrifice, you were the seed, and now the harvest has matured. Every delay you experienced wasn't just a detour, it was protection. Heaven was protecting your legacy. God didn't want you to arrive in the right place at the wrong time. He didn't want you to meet destiny with the wrong people still around you. He needed to isolate you, not to punish you, but to sharpen you, so that when the compensation arrived, you'd know how to carry it with grace, with wisdom, and with full awareness of what it cost. And now that you're here, you're not going to shrink. You're going to expand. This is your expansion era. Your mind will expand. Your heart will expand. Your capacity will expand. You'll begin to think on levels you never thought were accessible to you. Ideas will pour in from divine inspiration. Strategies will arrive in your dreams. You will know things without being taught, because the Spirit is downloading the next blueprint for your rise. This isn't about just being blessed, it's about being positioned. When divine compensation comes, it brings access. It shifts you from waiting for a seat at the table to being the one who designs the table. From asking for help to being the help others pray for. From wondering if you're enough to realizing you are more than ready. Let this soak into your soul. You are the evidence that God keeps receipts. Nothing you've been through has been wasted, not the heartbreak, not the rejection, not the silent seasons. Every ounce of it has been recorded, and now heaven is issuing the repayment with interest, and it's not going to be quiet. Your life is about to get loud with blessings, loud with recognition, loud with influence, loud with favor. Not to feed your ego, but to fulfill your purpose. There are people connected to your next level. There are lives waiting to be shifted because of your light. And now that the light is no longer hidden, it's going to shine brighter than ever. You're going to feel a surge of alignment. Decisions that once felt confusing will now be clear. People that were draining your energy will fall away effortlessly. And in their place, divine partnerships will arise. People sent by heaven will enter your life, not to take, but to build, not to compete, but to complete. These connections are part of your reward. They are divine compensation in human form. And as this compensation rolls in, you'll start to feel different internally. Less anxious, more assured, less doubtful, more decisive. You'll walk with a quiet authority, a grounded confidence. Not because everything is perfect, but because you finally realize who you are and what you carry. You are royalty in spirit, a carrier of divine strategy, a lighthouse in a world full of confusion. This restoration season will come in waves. Some days, it will look like a sudden breakthrough. Other days, it will feel like an inner peace that cannot be explained. But every moment, you'll know, it's happening. Something is changing. A new world is opening up, and it's yours. The people who counted you out will have no choice but to witness your comeback. But what they'll see is not just success, it's sacred success. There's a divine fingerprint on your blessings, a kind of glory that cannot be faked. They'll see favor that's not man-made. They'll hear wisdom from your lips that only comes from someone who's been through the fire and came out refined, not burned. And let's be clear, what's coming will not be temporary. This isn't a quick breakthrough. This is sustained favor, permanent change, enduring legacy. Because this time, it's not based on performance. It's based on divine covenant. You've stepped into a realm where your obedience has activated something that can't be reversed. This is the kind of compensation that will have you looking back in awe. You'll start to say things like, "Now I understand why that had to happen." You'll begin to connect the dots. Every betrayal was a redirection. Every delay was divine timing. Every failure was protection. And now, the path forward is wide open. Nothing stands in your way except the boldness to walk into it. You are not who you used to be. You are not limited by your past. You are no longer identified by your wounds. You are defined by your destiny. And your destiny is rich with meaning, power, and purpose. Chosen one, you're not just receiving for your comfort, you're receiving for your calling. The divine compensation being poured into your life now is not random reward. It's sacred supply. It is fuel for your next divine assignment. It's the provision you need to walk fully in purpose, free from lack, fear, or delay. The resources coming to you are intentional. This is not about flaunting wealth. It's about wielding spiritual responsibility. You were designed to carry weight. You were made to shift atmospheres. You are meant to leave a mark. And that kind of destiny requires provision. Heaven is sending what you need, not just to elevate your life, but to activate your assignment. What's arriving is not just money. It's divine strategy. It's land. It's access. It's knowledge. It's community. It's wisdom. You'll be surrounded by people who are aligned, not attached. People who see you as a mission, not a transaction. People who understand the oil on your life and are called to protect it, not exploit it. Divine compensation sets you up to build, to create, to steward. You'll no longer be operating from survival mode. This is the era where you move from emergency to establishment. You are building foundations now, spiritually, emotionally, and even financially, that will not crumble. You're creating systems for sustainability, routines that hold divine rhythm, structures that support supernatural expansion. Because heaven is not just interested in your moment, it's invested in your movement. You're not here to taste favor, you're here to host it. You're not just here to receive overflow, you're here to distribute it. You've been chosen not just to win, but to lead. And leadership in the divine realm is about influence, integrity, and impact. That's why you had to go through so much. You had to learn the weight of silence. You had to feel the ache of being unseen. You had to be stripped of everything superficial so that only your true essence remained. Now, what's left is gold. Your authenticity is your authority. Your scars are your stripes. Your wisdom is no longer just knowledge. It's an anointing. You've become the kind of person heaven can trust. And with that trust comes access. You're going to start being given things others have tried to force open for years. Because you're in alignment. Chosen one. Alignment is your new address. You've changed your frequency. You're no longer attracted to drama or chaos. You crave peace, You discern motives. You trust your intuition. That's what makes this compensation season so powerful. It doesn't just bless you, it transforms you. The you who is receiving this restoration is not the same you who endured the loss. That version of you had to be broken, humbled, and rebuilt. But the one standing here now, that's someone unshakable. That's someone ready. The compensation will come with tests, not to break you, but to reveal what's inside you. Some blessings will feel like stretching. Some opportunities will challenge your comfort zone. But don't pull back. Lean in. You were prepared for this. You were made for this. You didn't survive all that trauma to play it small now. You're stepping into a dimension of overflow that will become normal to you. Abundance is not going to feel distant. It's going to feel divine. It will feel like a return to your natural spiritual state. Because lack was never your home. It was just a season. Your true identity is rooted in divine sufficiency. That's why you always felt out of place in struggle. Your spirit knew something greater was coming, and now it's here. This season will be filled with divine surprises, unexpected paychecks, sudden favor, long-lost connections resurfacing with opportunity, old wounds being healed overnight. Rooms you never imagined yourself in will now feel familiar, not because of pride, but because your spirit already walked those halls in dreams. This is not a new place to your soul. It's a return to your original design. You'll begin to feel grace for things that once felt impossible. You'll be more focused, more grounded, more selective. Not from fear, but from wisdom. You're not trying to convince anyone anymore. You're not proving your worth. You've already been validated by the heavens, and that validation is enough. You will begin to recognize the flow of favor. You'll know when to move, when to pause, when to speak, when to walk away. Divine compensation isn't chaotic. It's precise. It's timely. It's sacred. Chosen one, as you step into these next levels, don't shrink your light to make others comfortable. The very people who tried to minimize you will be the ones forced to acknowledge what they couldn't stop. Let them see the glow. Let them see the blessings. Let them see the undeniable evidence of a God who remembers, rewards, and restores. You are now becoming a vessel of heaven's proof. Not everyone will understand this transformation. Some will question how you rose so quickly. Some will assume it was luck. But deep inside, you'll know it was divine. You'll feel the hand that held you through the darkest seasons still guiding your every move. You're not just being compensated, you're being commissioned. Your life is now a demonstration of divine justice, of supernatural victory, of unshakable favor. You'll build platforms, lead movements, birth ideas, and leave footprints in places that once felt too far out of reach. You'll see visions manifest. You'll speak things and watch them appear. You've unlocked a different level of spiritual power, and with it comes responsibility, authority, and divine joy. And the best part? This isn't the end. Chosen one, this isn't just about getting something back. This is about becoming someone new. This payback season isn't simply restoring what you lost. It's revealing who you are. Everything that's happening now is heaven announcing your arrival into full spiritual identity. The one the world tried to silence. The one you sometimes doubted. The one you almost forgot in the shadows of struggle. But now, you're remembering. You're awakening. And the remembrance is powerful. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to blend in. You are set apart, not for arrogance, but for assignment. You've been chosen by divine hands to shift spiritual atmospheres, to break generational chains, and to build futures that others will walk into long after you're gone. The title Chosen One is not symbolic. It's spiritual truth. That's why the pressure was so heavy. That's why the pain lingered so long. That's why others around you could live casually, but you had to walk carefully. Because what's on your life isn't common, it's consecrated. And now, in this season of divine compensation, the world will begin to see what heaven already knew. You are a carrier of something holy. You are a bridge between the natural and the supernatural. When you speak, realms respond. When you pray, systems shift. When you move in alignment, entire timelines accelerate. You have been prepared for more than just material blessing. You have been prepared for divine dominion. This means your life isn't just about what you're receiving now. It's about what you're building forever. You are building legacy, and legacy is deeper than wealth. Legacy is energy that outlives your body. It is impact that travels beyond your name. It is spiritual architecture, a blueprint for freedom, healing, innovation, and purpose that others will live in long after your voice grows quiet. Divine compensation always includes legacy. You are being paid back not just in dollars, but in destiny. You're not just rising, you're becoming the root of healed bloodlines, the root of empowered voices, the root of wealth born in wisdom. You are becoming the divine origin of a new future. And that's why the process took time. Heaven was building endurance in you, not just so you could survive, so you could sustain what's coming. Because when divine compensation arrives, it doesn't just lift you, it positions you. You become a beacon, a spiritual lighthouse. People will be drawn to your story, not because it's glamorous, but because it's real, because it carries truth, because it mirrors pain they've felt and offers hope they forgot was possible. You're not just receiving harvest, you're becoming hope. And this shift is permanent. You've stepped into something that cannot be undone. No attack, no lie, no delay can reverse what's been unlocked. You have graduated in the spirit. You've crossed a threshold. You've activated a higher realm, and it's one that no longer tolerates smallness, fear, or confusion. This is your realm of clarity, of calling, of courage. You will wake up different, walk different, speak different. Your words will carry power. Your presence will shift rooms. You won't need to explain. It will be felt. Because when heaven exalts a soul, everything around that soul begins to align. You'll notice divine compensation manifesting in more ways than you expected. Contracts will be approved. Relationships will be healed. Health will return. Energy will increase. Creativity will overflow. Even the way you see yourself will change. You'll begin to walk in the fullness of who you are, not the fragments of who you were. The lies you once believed, you're not enough, you're too late, you missed it, are being shattered in this season. The divine is giving you new language. You are more than enough. You're right on time. You are the moment. You will no longer carry the weight of old identities. No more shrinking to fit into spaces that don't honor your light. No more apologizing for your greatness. No more denying your truth to make others feel comfortable. Your era of spiritual camouflage is over. This is the season where the world meets the real you. The world is about to see the chosen one, the one who walked through fire and didn't burn, the one who stayed faithful when it hurt, the one who waited with humility, fought with quiet strength, and never gave up, even when everything said to quit. And now, heaven is rewarding your endurance with evidence. The evidence is not just for you. It's for those connected to you. It's for those who are watching you from a distance, wondering if what you believe is real. Your life is about to become the answer. Your breakthrough is going to confirm that faith was always the secret ingredient. Your glow is going to testify that alignment with the divine is not just spiritual, it's transformational. And you won't have to scream it. Your elevation will whisper truth into hearts that have forgotten what power lives within them. Your presence will remind others that miracles still happen. You will be proof that divine justice doesn't forget. Chosen one, you are about to operate in a dimension of power that changes everything. Because when you know who you are, you stop settling. You stop doubting. You stop asking permission to rise. And that's where you are now. This is your payback. This is your compensation. This is your legacy rising up to meet you. Everything you touch now will be anointed. Everything you say will land in power. And everything you build will stand. Chosen one, now that you have stepped into divine compensation, the question is not if you are blessed, but how you will carry the blessing. Payback has come. Justice has arrived. The tables have turned. But how you hold this next chapter determines how long it will last and how deeply it will root into your life and legacy. You've received the gift. Now you must walk with the weight of it, because divine compensation is not just a reward, it's a responsibility. You are being trusted with influence, with visibility, with abundance. You're being trusted to hold peace in a world that thrives on chaos. You're being trusted to model grace, to speak with discernment, to move with wisdom. You are no longer the seeker, you are the carrier.